Looks like we got a wet qualifying session here in Singapore. Welcome everyone. This is Zenith Online Racing. This is Tier 2. It's Thursday night. It's 8:05 p.m. Let's get the ball rolling here. See who gets out on track early here in quali. Should be a very fun session for everybody. The wet track is going to make things very interesting for sure. So I'm going to spice up the field a little bit. I think definitely some drivers have an edge over the others in the wet weather, so you will see some guys qualify very high up the grid that maybe normally wouldn't in a race, a dry race. Out on inters though, so looks like that rain's coming down pretty good though, given they are on the inters. So probably going to be a really slippery surface for at least the first few laps out there. So Lacuna, the first guy out on track, he got out there quick. He's way ahead of the next car who's just leaving the pit lane now, and that looks like it's a Alfa Romeo. I believe JXW perhaps? It is JXW. That sky blue and white helmet. Let's get back to Lacuna, see how he does here. Yeah, weather, rain really coming down here. Definitely going to make things interesting in quality. I think we're going to see a few people. I think we're going to see quite a few people end up in the wall here, probably in this qualifying session, just pushing. And it'll be very interesting. So I'll bring this stream up. Race is starting dry, then going to be heavy by the end. Oh, baby, that's going to be fun. Team Money. Why does TCU get to have all the fun in the rain? I guess because T1 is superior, so we don't need the rain to spice things up. T2 needs some action to spice things up. That's not fair. I shouldn't take cheap shots like that while I'm commentating. But no, in all reality, there's been a lot of rain this season in Tier 2, and I think we've had an entirely dry season in Tier 1. I think we had a wet quali, and you know what? No, we didn't. I was thinking we had a wet quali in Hungary, and that's why I started so high up the grid, but I think it's because I was the only person that went out on softs, one of the few. So Lacuna here in Sector 1. Let's see. How is he looking over the curves there? Oh, his back end is just stepping out on him here. And yeah, that's going to be interesting to see the weather change so drastically through the race. I guess most people probably gone with the wet setup. If it's going to be heavy by the end, every time I've seen forecast heavy rain by the end, it usually starts raining pretty early in the race. Like 10 minutes in, it'll be raining. So, I mean, obviously it's too late for most of the guys, but I would consider just running the wet setup here, given that you're running a qualifying session in it, and probably at least 50% of the race or more in wet conditions. I mean, it's a pretty high downforce track anyway, but how much different is the wet setup going to be? You just adjust your suspension a little bit just to make the car a little more stable. So that you're really just using the downforce in the tire grip. There we go, purple sector. I mean, I think he is the first guy on a flyer, so that's to be expected. I don't really know what a good time in the wet is here. Yeah, he's struggling just to make it around. He's going to catch some traffic here as they approach the bridge. CPM. He's going to be right in the way here. Lacuna on a hot lap, and CPM doesn't seem to notice that Lacuna's here. This is not good timing at all. CPM looks like he's just about to start his hot run, so didn't really get in the way, just caused impact there. So CPM gonna have to come back around and into the pits there. Definitely not gonna be putting a good lap time up with half a front wing. Let's go to, we got a Toro Rosso moving through the final sector at the moment. I think it's Aerostrike. It is Aerostrike. Championship leader. Let's ride on board through the final few turns here. See what Aero can do. 54.2, so he's almost 2 seconds quicker than Lacuna. It's Eric putting the time up. That is a 55.3 for It's Eric. Someone else has just crossed the line, but I guess they're just starting their hot lap. It's Eric has already invalidated this run, so I'm assuming he'd be heading into the pits anyway. Scavney with a 57.9, so definitely probably had a few mistakes in that lap to be down almost 2, well, it is almost 2 seconds, yeah, on Lacuna. Zenith with a 54.4, looking pretty tidy in the rain so far. Zenith always a quick driver, filling in here tonight, a reserve role, so he won't count, but he's here to spice things up, make the racing a little more fun. And I find Zenith, every time it's raining, Zenith is always right in the mix there. Usually a lot of guys really struggle, but Zenith seems to always be on form. Rarely makes a mistake. Any Zenith incidents are generally more racing style incidents. Generally, you don't see Zenith crash into a wall on his own very often. It's usually more him and a driver making contact because he's racing them so hard. So, we got 4 people tuned in. I don't know what's going on here. It's the Singapore Grand Prix here. This is a pretty exciting race. One of our few night races of the season. Usually we've got at least 10 people tuned in by now. Let's get those numbers up. These are rookie numbers. Get the alter ego of Doc Valhoist in the chat. Another comment rolls in. Send the links to your friends. Get these people tuned in. Bark School out. I don't know what... Oh yeah, true. I forgot he had a qualifying ban, so he's gone out, run a quick little out lap just to install his setup, and then parks it for the remainder of the qualifying session, just to ensure that he does start at the back. He's had an incident couple of incidents last week, I guess, and awarded enough penalty points right off the hop to get a qualifying ban. So I think he forgot to read the rule book or something. It was something along those lines. One of those just blatant rule breaks. There we go. His numbers are growing. Let's find someone else. We got a Renault coming around. Is that Chicken? No, that is Coxie. So Coxie just starting a hot lap. So Coxie, race winner this season, won a few weeks back. Let's ride on board with Coxie here, so we kind of lap time he can put up on the board here for his first run. His teammate Chicken's sitting with a 58.7 at the moment, so struggling in the wet weather. It's a purple sector for Coxie. That's a good start. It's a little too much curve there. You see the car just rotating a little too much, and now he's got it back under control. Looks really tidy though. Like, you don't really see the car slipping, sliding too much. So this is where you're going to find the most grip around the lap. Those little moments where you see the car kind of just stepping out, those are where you're going to lose a lot of time. And the way he's getting around most of these corners, just very nimble, tidy, not putting too much stress on any of the tires. Easy on the brakes, easy on the throttle. Looks like a really solid lap for Coxie here. See how he finishes up his second sector. He's just heading towards the line now down this little straight. And it's another purple sector, so looking like he could be on for provisional pole here if those timing charts are right. I think the track definitely drying a little bit. You can see, oh, he bumps the wall a little bit. That's going to cost him some time. He may have lost a bit of wing as well. I think he has lost his end plate, so that's going to hurt him through this final sector. He's going to lose a ton of time here. Yeah, there it is. His end plate is gone, so... Still not looking too bad, though. This still might be a really solid time regardless. Just losing so much time without that wing. And he's up at a 7th, so it's a good time. It's not as good as it could have been, but it's good. Definitely Coxie going to be feeling a little bit frustrated with the end of that one. But overall, not a bad run. Who is this? Soy Loco parked here. I think he's just trying to stay out of the way for people, but Axton gets a 5-place grid penalty for collision with JXW. What is going on there? What is happening with Soy Loco here? Is he out of fuel? I think he is. I think he's out of fuel. Why? Has he missed the pit entry? He's run out of fuel and missed the pit entry? Oh no, sorry. He is towards the end of the lap here. My bad. I was thinking he was at the beginning of the lap. Yeah, definitely don't want to be running out of fuel so early in qualifying, especially a track like this. You're going to get in trouble here. Aerostrike improves on his previous times, 52 flat now, so he is over a second faster than the next closest driver, and that's Zenith in second place. PDC with 54.4 in third, GP Collins. So, I mean, those guys at the front clearly leaps and bounds ahead of the rest of the field at the moment. Most of the field in the 55s, 56s, though, we got Aerostrike with a 52 and Zenith with a 53. That's substantially faster. Let's get to Zenith. He's heading into the pits. What do we have coming around here? Pace Dogs just nudges the wall there. I don't know if he's on a lap or not. Doesn't look like he is. Coxey's just finishing up. Looks like Chicken has improved his time, 55.7 for Chicken. So he improves quite a bit. That puts him just behind his teammate by the narrowest of margins, only 400ths off his teammate's time. And if I have to say, that hasn't been a theme all year in qualifying, I'd be lying. They've been pretty much neck and neck all year in qualifying. They're setting lap times so similar to each other, and in the race, they're generally getting good results near each other in the field as well. So, Renault team really pushing for that constructor's title, and scoring a lot of podiums. Coxey's got that race win. Chicken definitely capable of winning a race if things fall into place the right way for him, much like what happened with Coxey there. So, yeah, it could be a really interesting season for the Renault boys. Yeah, T-Money saying Arrow's got a really good wet setup here. And I would have to agree based on the lap time he's set so far. Sure, Chicken is not on a run here. There's not too many cars out on track at the moment, so we're not missing too much, but I'd like to try and find you a little more action to watch. Do we have a Ferrari there coming around? Is it a Jeep? No, sorry, it's an Alpha. Maybe JX? Must be PDC. It is PDC, but he's invalidated. Oh, and he's spun! I'm really good at getting on board with people right as they're making mistakes. Real hidden talent. Yeah, see, like, you just see the struggle here to get turned around. It's so tempting to just reset the track, but that's a major no-no. Get you in a lot of trouble here. Is Chicken going to stay out and do another run? I would think he's going to go in for a fresh set here. Not dry enough for dries at all, but get a fresh set of inters. Oh, and he misses the pit entry. Sometimes you get penalized pretty heavily for that. And I think he sped into the pit lane too, but nothing really happens in qualifying. You kind of get away with everything. Looks like most guys just kind of sitting right now, waiting to see if the rain's going to stop, but I don't think it will. Fresh set of inters. Although, oh, wait a second. We've got Terminal on the hards and JX on the mediums, but they're still in the pit box. I would highly advise against doing that. You're going to waste your last run. And in the wet, man, if you just nail your lap, sometimes you get way up the field. A lot of guys are slipping and sliding everywhere. That's my advice. Do not try dry tires. It's still raining. The track will not be dry enough in... Comes Mario. Setting a lap, but yeah, he's not really pushing at the moment. Pushing on a lap. It looks like some of these... Arrow's going to try it. I mean, Arrow has nothing to lose. Touch that. Then he goes back to the inters. He's just messing with me, I think. JX and Terminal still sitting on those tires. They're thinking about it. Now he's gone back to the mediums, Arrow. Stop messing with me. He's on out lap. Is it? It's Eric on the flyer. What about that? PDC has invalidated, so yeah, we'll get back to Lacuna. Oh, 3 cars very close there. Looks like Chicken Coxie, one of the Haas cars. And someone has spun. Is that Lacuna? It is Lacuna. Looks like he had a spin on his out lap. So everybody heading out. Yeah, Arrow came out on the meet. You know what? It is dry. It stopped raining. And I think if you got out now, I mean, if you're already out on dries, I think you're going to get a lap in here. This is massive. This is going to be very, very interesting. So who's the first on dry tires? Let's figure that out. We have... It looks dry enough. I'll say it. But Zenith out. Did he bin it? Or did he just decide not to go out? Where's Arrow? So Arrow moved his way through. Both Ferraris are out on inters, it looks like. McLaren, Bobby. So he's on inters. Mario's on inters, so... Oh, Soy. Is it Soy there coming through? Nope. I don't know why. Who's that heading out of the pits right now? You don't have enough time to get around. Soy Loco. Yeah, there's no point. I don't know what you're thinking, but just stay. The risk is just huge, and you can easily block someone's lap, and you're pointlessly running out on the circuit trying to get a lap in that you're not going to have time for. But you see the guys on the Inter starting to struggle, actually. So it looks like the guys that came out on the medium tires, it paid off. They're looking pretty sharp here. And Aero Strike looks like he is going to be our first runner on the dry tires. So we're going to ride on board with Aero. We're going to keep an eye on the guys behind. I don't know if they're going to make it around in time. They got a couple guys coming around on dry tires. It looks like both Williams. So CPM, one of them. He made it across. Terminal Deity, another. He's on hards. I mean, if he gets a decent lap in on the hards here, he starts 4th place or so on the hard tire. That would be incredible for him. That could be a really brilliant strategy there. That might work out excellent. And I think that's it. And Mercedes maybe got across for his hot lap in time, Scavney. So we've only got a few runners that made it across in time on dry tires. First guy is going to be Aero Strike, and obviously he's going to be looking sharp and faster. Dry circuit, medium tires. They're a great tire on this circuit as well. And I think this is going to be an interesting grid once we see the end of quality here, because most of these guys, I mean, guys in like, you know, the guys up in 4th and 5th are going to get bumped down, but they're still going to have tire choice in, say, like 8th place or so. Maybe not bad. Or will they have tire? I guess they will. They weren't going to force them on the inters, obviously. They never said a dry lap, then there wouldn't be a tire for them to be forced on. So, Aero Strike obviously going to be setting the fastest lap here, no surprise. But next behind we have CPM. We'll jump on board with CPM. Axton is right in front of Aero. Oh my god, is he going to block him? He is. Axton has no idea Aero Strike is there, and he's completely slowed him up at the end of the lap here. That might cost him heavily. Chicken has crossed line with a 41.6. I did not realize Chicken was on a lap. Apologies to Chicken. So, Aero Strike still goes faster than Chicken, though, even though he's on the medium tire. Next is CPM. Here comes CPM to cross the line. What kind of time can he set? He's on the softs. Goes into 2nd, so Aero Strike still on provisional pole. This is huge. Terminal Deity, can he get himself... Oh, he goes into 4th on the hards. That's going to be a great place to start the race from. 5th place, I think he got bumped by Scavney. Did Scavney... I didn't see where Scavney jumped up to. I think it was like 2nd, maybe even 3rd. I don't know. We will see. Scavney on pole! So I missed that. He was the last car to cross, and he set the session. He ended the session, and Scavney has gotten pole position on the medium tires. That is huge for Singapore. Scavney on pole, medium tire, Aero Strike in 2nd on the mediums, CPM in 3rd on the softs, Chicken in 4th on the softs, Terminal Deity in 5th place on the hard tires. Huge, huge advantage to him. All these guys behind are, I believe, going to have tire choice. So Zenith, PDC, GP Collins sitting pretty inside the top 10 with choice of tires. And then Pace Dogs is Eric, Coxie, Lacuna, and Soy. All the way down to 13th there. we will go through the rest of the field for you during the formation lap. But what a crazy qualifying session! I really didn't expect it to stop raining. I thought it was that crossover point was very, very short. The session just ended. You know, the rain stopped and it was almost basically dry instantly. So, big ups to those guys that got out there on the dry tires and got a lap, and especially Terminal Deity. I think that was a brilliant idea running out there on the hards. Looks like someone has started the session, but I am going to step away quickly, so I'll make it back before the race starts.
Look at that. Just in time for the race start.
What's that?
They're just in time for the race start. What happened in qualifying here?
So it was raining for most of quali. And then with about 2.5 minutes to go, it stopped raining and the track dried out like really fast. And a few guys got out a sneaky lap on dries, including Deity. Terminal Deity got out on hards and qualified 5th place. So everybody else behind him didn't set a lap on dry tires, so they all had tire choice. But Terminal Deity set his lap and got himself into 5th on the hards, which I thought was a brilliant idea.
Axton way down in 20th, eh?
Yeah,
it's gonna be tough at Singapore.
He got a 5-place grid penalty. I'm not sure what happened, but I think he had a 5-place grid penalty and never got a proper lap in or something like that. I didn't really notice. I was just trying to follow everything that was going on at the front, but someone started the race really fast. I barely had time to take a quick break there.
We've got Arrow saying
heavy rain.
Rain in 10 minutes, yeah.
Well, yeah, I figured. I said that every time it says heavy rain at the end, it always starts raining pretty early into the race. So these guys that went out on the softs might have nailed the strategy here if it rains in 10 minutes. This is going to be a really interesting start to the race, and it's really important to see who gets out in front before it starts raining.
Yeah.
The field is set. The grid is reformed. We should have the lights any moment. We are about to get this race underway. It's the Singapore Grand Prix. It's under the lights. We're expecting rain very shortly. This is going to be a fun one. Let's get it going. One of the longest races of the season. 5 lights on. And they're off. Scabney gets a really good start there, it looks like. And Aerostrike coming in close as well. Nice shot overhead here. Oh, Renault makes contact! He sends it down the inside. He gets spun into the wall. That was a very late move down the inside.
Yeah.
It was very optimistic. And he unfortunately paid the price. So
Everything
yellow
looks good throughout the rest of the grid, though.
Yeah, everybody's looking sharp here on a very good start.
I see some end plates. Maybe off one of the Red Bulls there, possibly Soy Loco.
It's like a Renault taking a peek here. Coxie's looking for some space here. Trying to get a move done early. Who we got up here making a move? PDC and Pace Dogs.
Yep. PDC with the inside line and
Whoa!
nice switchback.
Pace Dogs, excellent switchback, brakes very late, and he gets the place back. Excellent piece of driving there from Pace Dogs here on the first lap of the race.
Timed.
That
nice
was
and
perfect.
Patient.
Oh, what a great start to the race. Oh,
Scavney still leading out front there.
Those Haas cars are very close to each other, and they're holding up a whole bunch of other cars here as well.
Yeah.
Whoa, very late move there.
Yeah.
It's Eric down the inside on Pace Dogs, or sorry, no, GP. And now Coxie looking to take a peek as well. It's Eric looking for some room again. He's looking for the switchback now. Those hard tires seem to be working a little bit better than GP's mediums at the moment. He's all over them. Did GP just get bumped there?
It looks like there's.
It's Eric. Is he? Yeah. Definitely has to back out of that one. You cannot keep it in there.
Yeah. No.
Here comes Pace Dogs too, pressuring Zenith now. Is Zenith has damage, it looks like. Is he heading into the pits, Zenith? I believe he is, yeah. So Zenith with damage, or Intel,
not sure what
perhaps?
happened to him at the start there. We still do have Scavney out in front, 8/10. Great first lap from him. Pace Dogs, though, on an absolute mission at the start here. He's already on the back of Terminal 80.
I would say...
It looks like 80 hit the wall slightly, so... No DRS yet, but he is flying.
Can he get it done? No.
Thinks better of it.
Pace Dogs, though, I would say the guys on the mediums probably have the best advantage at the moment, because those tires are going to be working the best for this entire first part of the race before the rain hits.
Yeah, really got to see when that crossover point comes, but
the soft start last
so far.
Unless it starts raining in the next lap or two.
Yeah.
But temperature-wise, the hards will hold up.
Seems to be the closest at the moment. GP's kind of pulled out a gap on Eric there. We got Soy Loco right behind Coxie. And then JX following quite closely behind. But yeah, I think Pace Dogs is the man to watch at the moment.
Back to Pace Dogs and Terminal here. Terminal looks like he's really struggling right now.
Yeah.
Over the curbs and like he not like maybe just feeling the pressure, trying to overdrive a bit. Because it looks like he's really sliding around and bumping around a lot. Obviously his tires are going to be fine at this point of the race, but
yeah.
Pace Dogs really applying the pressure, and now we are on to lap 3, so we should have the DRS kicking in down the straight here. Pace Dogs definitely right up the gearbox of Terminal 80 now.
Yeah. Just got to get this exit right. Oh, it looks like Terminal got a... Nah, looks like Pace Dogs
out of battery, though. Is this going to work for him? He's almost out of juice.
Moves to the inside. See if Terminal can hold off. He backs out. Yeah, I think Terminal kind of just let him go a bit there.
Terminal's still in a decent spot, though. He's not got a huge... Like, he's got almost a 2-second gap behind. If he can just hang on to Pace Dogs and use a little bit of DRS to drift away here, he can sit comfy until he needs to pit. Those hard tires will hold temps better, so he can extend a little bit once the track starts to get a little greasy.
So we got JXW all over the back of Soy Loco here, battling for 9th and 10th. And we've also got Bobby quite close behind Lit Romney as well, so a lot of action throughout the field still. It's Eric now, right back on GP Colin again, so I think GP might have had a bit of a moment there.
Yeah, Terminal has lost touch with Pace Dogs, so let's move on to another battle here. GP is Eric and Coxie all within a second of each other. This looks like a good little scrap. We'll keep an eye on this for a bit. Aerostrike just closing into that DRS range on Scavney now. So we should have a battle for the lead very shortly. DRS for it's Eric here.
And Coxie behind. So Coxie obviously going to have a little bit of a struggle trying to get anything done. Soy Loco is speeding in the pit lane. So early pit stop, perhaps wing damage. Obviously don't see any rain yet. And Eric picks up a 3-second penalty, so pretty early to pick up a penalty. on a track that's not particularly known for a lot of time penalties. So, see how that affects him. GP though also closing up quickly to the back of terminal, so
Yeah.
G10 will go
Oh,
into
it's Eric very
defense
close to
mode
the
here.
wall there. I'm not sure if he nudged it a bit. It looks like his car got a little unsettled, and here comes
Oh,
Coxie.
yeah. And Bobby did make it past Lit Romney. So he's in 11th now, chasing down Lacunac for that final points paying position. Lit
Coxie
Romney is
closing up
gonna.
very close here. Seems to just have so much more grip, and he's just stuck in this little triple train here with the DRS. Very hard to find a way through when you're the third car.
Yeah. And if GP gets DRS through this final sector here, it's gonna just get even more difficult for Coxie at the back there. They have pulled a nice gap to JX though, so they do have a bit of breathing room. Coxie can afford to just kind of be patient at the moment and really take his time.
Aerostrike is very close to Scabney now. Let's get to that. Aerostrike closing in fast. So we have a scrap for the lead of the race for the first time since lap 1. Let's ride on board with Aero here. Let's see if he can make a move down this DRS zone. Looks like he has all kinds of pace here. Ready to go for it.
Good exit, but Scavney had a pretty solid exit as well. It's going to be it's going to be a late move if he does get close.
He is close.
He's getting
He
there.
goes very late around the outside. He runs a bit wide there.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a legal overtake though. He was off the track at the end.
Yeah, it's right on the fringe there. Good aggressive defending from Scavney. But yeah, it's a tough call. We've also got Pace Dogs now right on the tail of CPM, continuing that charge. He's got a great gap behind him, 3.5 seconds.
I mean, if you're Aero, there's two options. CPM is like 4.5 seconds off, so you could let him through and then just get the position back again. Or you can take your chances and just assume you're going to build up a big enough gap that if you get a time penalty for doing an illegal overtake, it's going to be, what, 5 seconds probably?
Oh, and Bark School, did he crash?
Mm-hmm. We have a safety car.
Oh, there he is.
Safety car.
Yeah. Right before the hairpin there.
You know what? It's a tricky play. It's a tricky corner, I'll say that. I can see how you can crash there.
Definitely.
A little bit unexpected.
Loco. Already pit, and now he has a drive-through penalty for speeding under this safety car. So CPM, he's got to go in, I'd assume. Chicken as well. Get off those softs. They're done.
Yeah. You always have to be on the best tire in the current situation, no matter what the race forecast is. And 6 laps in, if we go back racing and it hasn't started raining, you're in a bad spot. So I would say, get off these tires. Interesting though, we're gonna have the field neutralized. So these two out front were really running away with it, but now that everybody's going to be in contention again here, and Terminal Deity is actually going to be sitting in a pretty nice spot because he's on the better compound to run longer if this rain holds off for a little bit longer. Obviously, it's so dark we can't really see the weather. We have no idea how close we are to rain. We can't see if it's like overcast.
Axton speeding in the pit lane, 5 seconds. We've got a few already. It's a track that's very easy to get busted for. Bit of a sneaky pit entrance.
Yeah.
Pit exit is also kind of a pain, but so yeah, a moment to kind of take a little bit of a breather here, review kind of where everyone is. So big winner so far, Pace Dogs up 6 positions on those medium tires. The last another 7 laps at least, maybe even more because you're burning a couple under safety cars. So looking good. Aero obviously snagged the lead at a crucial point too. He got it before the safety car came out, so he doesn't have to worry about really any real pressure behind getting sandwiched on the restart.
And he's got he knows exactly when he can restart the race, so he's got a huge advantage there. You always get a few tenths out of that just being the lead car.
Yeah.
Sometimes seconds, depending on who's behind.
And then GP Colin up 3, and then a bunch of guys who have moved up quite a few places just from incidents, from people pitting under the safety car and things like that. So everyone from 11 down has stopped. Top 10 have all stayed out. And so guys who just recently stopped, Chicken went back onto the soft tire, Mario on the soft tire. So I assume these guys got to be predicting rain within the next couple of laps. Maybe it starts under the safety car, and then
That's
you
what
get
I
a
was
couple
thinking.
laps before that crossover, right? So
That's exactly what I was thinking. It's got to be very close to rain, based on the predictions we saw. There's Axton.
we all
He's
know
having
how
a disaster of a race. Like,
wild.
Axton's usually someone who's up at the front, causing all kinds of issues, and you know, constantly knocking at the door for podiums, race wins, and he's sitting in 18th right now. So it's a bit of a disaster so far for him. Wolfsburg
had a pretty convincing win last week too in Canada. So
yeah,
it's been like that, I guess, the past few. Bahrain, he had a disastrous race, came back and got a win the very next race, so now he's back at the bottom. So, yeah, I guess struggling a bit to find that consistency at the moment. But it's a long race. A lot can happen. Very easy to it's gonna make mistakes all the more likely.
nice shot here from the broadcast view, looking overhead. We've gone back to the T-cam though. See all these cars weaving, trying to keep those tires nice and toasty for the restart here. We should have the safety car in this lap, I would imagine. Probably will let us know after they cross the sector 2 line, I figure.
Yeah, I think it's about this point in the lap it kind of lets you know. So we should find out shortly if it's in this lap. I'd assume, based on Monday and the 2 safety cars we had.
You never really see them go more than 2 laps, or 2 or 3 laps, right? Like, the first lap doesn't really count.
Yeah.
2 under the car, 1 full, and then the second one usually goes in, kind of thing.
Yeah, the in lap. I didn't see a prompt that it's in this lap. I don't see arrow backing
but I
up
think
either,
it comes
so
here. It's around here. It would let you know, I think.
I'm pretty sure it's a bit earlier.
Yeah. Okay.
So I think it's out still. And yeah, arrow hasn't backed off at all. So unless it's extremely late notice, I think we got another lap here.
Yeah, well, it's good news for Mario because he looks like he pit and is trundling along way behind the field.
Yeah, trying to catch up there. So yeah, definitely works out in his favor. How far back he is? Just coming through the third sector, it seems. Just under the tunnel. So yeah, he'll catch up definitely before the end of the next lap. Can just afford to doesn't really have to push at the moment.
Alright, I'm going to grab my phone. It's been charging, but I'm going to bring it over so I can pay attention to the chat a little more. What's T-Money saying? That didn't
Not
take
a lot
long.
of comments so far.
No, only 9 viewers too. What's going on?
Yeah.
Send it to your friends. Come on.
We don't have all of Doc's college buddies watching.
Spam it on Reddit.
Yeah, T-Money saying, yeah, I thought the same. I think it comes up at the end of the Sector 2 straight, which would be the third DRS straight in real life.
Yeah, that's what I assumed, and then I was kind of hoping it was later. I was like, maybe it's later?
Yeah, so we'll find out shortly. Here. Yeah.
You're going to be looking at like
general,
2 almost 3-minute long laps under the safety car at this circuit.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah, tell him to speed up.
How's that stream quality, T-Money? Is it looking sharp on your end? Because on my end it looks like crap, but I feel like that's because I'm streaming it.
Bones has joined the chat, one of our Tier 2 stewards. I'm sure he's hoping we don't get any rain.
Feels like a safety lap at spot. Stop. It's very close. It's about the same length.
Alright, so it is in this lap. You already see Arrow backing up the pack, so letting the safety car, you know, get ahead of everyone.
All right. Let's get to the broadcast view of Arrow, and we'll see when he puts the hammer down and gets things going. You don't want to go too early because that safety car is pretty slow through these windy parts.
Yeah, and it takes a while. It sneaks around the corner, and it's not necessarily in the pit lane yet. So, Bobby Tava picked up 3, I think, for corner cutting there. I missed it. Just caught it before it left the screen.
I think Arrow putting the hammer down now. He's getting going. It looks like he's starting to... Oh, he's a little bit sloppy there. Scabney can't capitalize, though. Scabney a little slow on the throttle, too, so... Aerostrike pulls out a second gap right on the restart. That's great news for Arrow. And Pace Dogs
really
Terminal Davey right on the tail of Scabney now, so really good restart here. Has anybody behind capitalized? It looks like Bobby has capitalized. He is very close to Lit Romney ahead.
CPM with a bit of a wobble there, and he's got Electric Chicken pressuring him quite heavily into turn 1. Gets alongside, but can't get the move done.
So nice little scrap here with Bobby trying to hang on to Lit Romney now. Has PDC and JXW pressuring with Soy Loco behind. So these drivers all pretty quick drivers. Chicken, Jinnit, Axton behind as well. Like, this is not going to be an easy fight down here in these out of the points positions.
JXW side by side with PDC there.
I missed that. I was looking at the Lit Romney Bobby there.
Yeah, I don't know who was in front originally, but PDC does come away with that position.
And Soy as well.
Yeah, right on the tail there. So the Alpha is scrapping it out. Clearly no team orders. At least not at this stage in the race. So GP already pulled away 2 seconds from It's Eric. And right on the tail of Terminal. Pace Dogs gaining on Scavney, so...
oh, late move there. That's not going to work. JXW just sends it over the curbing and surely got a warning at least for that. Now he's under pressure from Soy. He's really compromised himself trying to send it in a really bad spot. Yeah, quite the train here. They snake through the bridge and...
You've got GP really getting close. It looks like he's going to get that move done into turn 1. He got a wicked exit out of the final turn. Yeah, and he moves past Terminal, so Ferrari looking really solid at the moment. 3 and 4, and Coxey picks up a penalty, so their biggest rivals there, the Renault, is not having the strongest evening so far.
JX is really giving the gears to PDC here. He's trying to find a way through. And PDC just stuck behind that McLaren ahead. Can't get by Bobby. Just looking for it, but no.
Oh, and he missed
big
his
contact.
braking zone. Yeah.
Oh, and did CPM and Jinnit are side by side as well. Jinnit late down the inside. Jinnit, I think he's going to get that move done. What an excellent overtake from Jinnit around the outside, and here comes Chicken too. Oh, they touch. Chicken gets through. He follows Jinnit's line, and he sneaks by CPM. What an excellent piece of racecraft.
His braking zone. CPM hits the wall pretty hard there. I'd imagine he definitely, lost a wing plate or end plate. He held it pretty solid those first couple turns, and then
Jinnit really turning it up here. He doesn't even have the battery turned up, and he's all over the back of these guys. Soy Loco is out. Safety car again. And we still don't have any rain. I have no idea. Where is he on the track? We're not even going to get a chance to see.
He's way back in Sector 2, yeah.
Disastrous race for Soy Loco here. So another safety car. I think is the safety car in front of the pack already? It is, I believe.
Yeah. Yep.
So it's going to collect the pack pretty quickly. Everybody's going to get a pretty cheap pit stop if you're at the back. I think, I don't know, is anybody going to gamble like Scabney did last week and go on to for the Inters?
And it rained. There's the rain. Tell me
Perfect
someone's going
timing.
on to the inters. Has anyone...
Chicken did it!
Onto
Chicken
the inters!
did it!
Chicken onto the inters.
Lit Romney's
Who
onto
else
the
do we got
mediums.
here?
Brilliant, Chicken. Brilliant. I
He
can't
did
believe the timing of that.
The madman.
Chicken could win this Grand Prix.
Gone on to the softs.
What did we say before the race? I said Chicken has a chance to win a race. Oh no! 5-second penalty!
The 5.
Oh.
The tires are probably not quite ready. He's really struggling
Of course
here.
they're not ready. But no one can pass him. He doesn't have to push. He'll catch the pack.
Yeah, take it easy, Chicken.
So, he's the only one on the inters. Everybody else put dries on, and I don't blame them, but the rain has started, so within a lap or two, we're going to probably have some pretty slick conditions here. And,
we'll see if anyone else goes in. Chicken, the only thing that might hurt him here is he might not get ahead of some of these guys at the front. If they pit onto inters, they'll hold position on him, just because he doesn't have the pace to really push right now. So we'll have to see. They're just coming through the third sector now. This is really something to watch here. Chicken coming through the hairpin, so he's gonna... Yeah, if they all pit. And Jin at 5 seconds. Deep. Alright. Everyone put your strategy hats on and let's see what happens.
oh, here they go. The convoy begins. Oh, who stayed out? Is that GP? 2 Ferraris.
Yeah.
They don't want to waste each other's time, right? But I guess GP's going to lose out anyway, though, isn't he? Because they're under safety car anyway.
Yeah, GP's... it's going to be tough. Eric stayed out. Bobby stayed out. See where Chicken comes out. He's just crossing the last turn now, just going past the pit lane.
He's going to get almost
he
everyone.
might be ahead of Arrow. Yeah, I think he's pulled off ahead of Arrow.
He is. This has worked out perfectly for Chicken, despite the fact he crossed the line. He's picked up that penalty, though. That's going to hurt him for sure.
Yeah, but can't worry about that too much at the moment. A lot of racing left to do. And he has the net lead, I believe. The top 3 must pit at some point. So, we'll see.
These guys just saying that the stream looks really pixelated. But, is there really not much I can do about that at this point in the Grand Prix, so... what I'm going to do is just stop. I'm going to close my chat, so I'm not going to be paying attention to that at all. Just to kind of loosen up the load on the internet, if it is the internet that's causing the issue.
I will keep you updated on any breaking news in the chat.
Sounds good. Hopefully it helps a little bit. Generally it works. It generally looks pretty good most weeks, but there's the odd time the stream gets a little laggy on my end. I don't know if it's the Twitch servers just kind of shit in the bed for me, or the internet dropping. But I'm really the only person using the internet, so I don't know how it could be that bad that the stream gets affected.
It's probably fucking internet providers throttling.
Sure. Yeah, bullshit like that. Well, I guess a lot of people are using their internet at home right now as well, too, so that's probably not helping. But anyways, we can still see what's going on, so at least we're trying to have a good time here.
And for the visually
I'm having a good time. It looks great on my end.
Commentary duo around, so we'll talk you through it, even if you can't see all the action.
Yeah, it looks great on my end, so I'm enjoying myself. Sorry for everyone else, but... This has been a really exciting night so far. We're only on lap 13 here. This is our second safety car. Qualifying was really interesting. The race has been really interesting. It's been nothing short of what I expected. I'm always glad to be here for the Tier 2 races because they are always... I don't know what it is. Tier 1's very, rudimentary. It's like every week we get dry race. Everybody, it's like the same kind of shit every week. But then Tier 2, it's like batshit crazy. There's people all over the grid. There's people out of place. There's guys you know, extending their stints, and the rain comes, and it's crazy what's going on. Like, look at the difference here in the
Yeah.
top six: medium, hard, hard, inter, medium, hard, inter. Like,
No, there's definitely a level of unpredictability.
yeah.
So those guys went around the pit lane again and still didn't pit though. Important to note.
I think maybe they're thinking once it's under racing conditions that it might be dry enough to get by, and then wait for the tires.
Maybe they can pull a gap on some of those other guys.
Yeah, exactly. The guys behind more so than the guys in front.
Yeah, because if Romney and JX struggle, I mean, they're going to hold up everyone from 7 down.
Mm-hmm.
So
interesting for Bobby and Eric. I think like their tires are in good enough shape at this point that they're not going to lose a ton of grip. Whereas like GP might be losing traction with 12-up-old mediums, right?
Those mediums really only got a few more laps to go in them. I understand all the safety cars, but
these hards will hold up a little while longer. So for it's Eric and Bobby, like they extend here, and if they actually do happen, safety car in this lap, so it's not that wet yet. I think this might work out for these guys on the dries. Whoa, contact there. It's Eric now. GP. It's Eric has touched GP. I think Bobby touched Eric as well. No, it doesn't look like he has damage, but he did almost bump him, it looked like. Anyways, GP going to restart the race here. So the top 3 on hards. Chicken mixed in between. That's going to be really interesting.
Eric
we'll see who's got the right tire here.
Is missing his right end plate.
Yeah, he did hit the back of GP there and got a penalty for it too.
So he's going to have to pit now anyways. Might as well just jump in on the restart, I'd think.
I mean, if it's going to be heavy rain, it's just going to get worse. But again, you don't want to be on the wrong tire at any point.
Going too early, I think. Is the safety car in all the way? Yeah, he's good.
He's good. So who's on the right tire? Let's see where Chicken is. How is he looking here? Chicken way off the pace here. These guys on the drives looking much faster. Oh, man. It gets even spicier now. The dry tires seem to be working better so far. No, almost the entire field is on the inters. This is going to be absolutely crazy. I don't even know what to say. I mean, GP in a bad spot, but these guys on the hards are in an excellent spot. JX, I mean, he's on fresh hards, so he should have good tire life here, but how much longer are those tires really going to last?
Yeah.
Chicken really falling down the order. Looks like these inters are not working yet. These guys on the dries are absolutely scampering away.
Chicken was not ready on the restart. Maybe not heating those tires. Obviously difficult to warm them. But Arrow jumps by. So Chicken, and what looked to be a strategy call, a fantastic one. I mean, obviously still is currently. But
look at the gap to the dry runners. They're almost 5 seconds ahead already, every one of them.
Yeah.
This might, like, if there's another couple laps of dry racing here, these guys might be an entire pit stop ahead by the time they need these tires.
Yeah, and Terminal 80, severe collision. Not sure what happened, but PDC now missing his right end plate and it has fallen way down the order.
So Lit Romney on the fresh mediums, I think, is actually... Oh, no! Oh, and he sends Bobby into the wall! Oh my! Lit Romney gets into the back of Bobby and pushes him straight into the barrier. That's going to be going straight to the stewards, no doubt. What an awful, awful incident there.
It looked like Chicken missed his braking point too and has fallen even further down the order.
Bobby has no front wing. This is the time to pit. He needs to go in and get on the inters at this point because the rain looks like it is picking up. This might be the time to head in anyways. It is starting to sit on the lens of the camera. And I think that's usually the point where it's about to cross over. Bobby into the pits, needs a front wing, but this might be the perfect time to pit regardless. Let's get back to the front here. JX is still chasing down Lit Romney here. Can he get through? We're looking at pit stops momentarily, I believe.
A lot of pit stops at the moment. So we've got Eric, Bobby, Pace, and PDC all in the pits.
Yeah, I think it's almost time for these wets. These guys on the dries, they've pulled out a huge gap here, but they need to get off these tires at the end of this lap, I think, or they're going to get themselves caught out and lose that gap. Everybody in the top
like they're
three.
Still
GP
gaining,
in a great... They
crossover
are,
doesn't
but
happen. They're pulling a lot of time off of Aero.
they are.
Tenths
And
almost every
GP
turn.
actually, true, is almost a pit stop ahead already in first, even though he's
Yeah,
on the
they're
old
gaining
mediums.
almost seconds a sector.
Yeah, you're right. They are still gaining quite substantially, but it is getting a little slick out there. Maybe one
Yeah,
more lap, and I think. But the rain, just the way the rain is hitting the camera lens, is starting to look like
yeah,
it's
no, it's
picking up.
picking up.
But GP looks like he's pulled off the master stroke here. He is in an excellent position to win this race if he gets into the pits on a fresh set of inters. Even on this lap, it might work out for him because really the closest competition is Aerostrike, and he's already almost 18 seconds up on him. I think he'll get out
And
in
we've
front of
got,
Scavney if he does pit, but it
yeah,
wouldn't
and we've
hurt him
got
to stay out because he is still gaining.
Axton right behind Jinnit. CPM pressuring Mario, so a lot of close battles still. Ooh, in CPM.
Surely it's got to be the end of this lap because it is. I think it's going to be the end of this lap.
CPM, is he going to send it around the outside of Mario there? Nah, he thinks better of it. Smart move. Keep your head. The time will come. He's got the pace, so just got to take it easy at the moment.
No, Mario with a big moment,
Mario,
and CPM down the inside.
Yeah, it was a little tricky to try and sneak it through there. He almost had it done, but
not enough. Here comes Chicken on Coxie. Not close enough either. Terminal and Jinnit. Jinnit goes by.
Now he's got Axton right behind him.
Mario
well.
into
So
the
Mario
pits.
went
Did
into
he
the
pick up
pits.
damage?
Yeah. I'd assume he did from hitting the wall there. So
you know what? The guys on the
close.
dries, look at the gap. GP Colin has a pit stop in hand
Mario's
over Aerostrike
gone
already.
onto the mediums.
Are you kidding me?
He's gone back onto the mediums. Jinnit with a massive moment. Axton, they're going 3 wide.
Oh, huge crash! Oh my, Terminal Deity's out. Who hit him there? Was it Axton took him out? It looked like they collided into the barrier. And Deity's out. We have a safety car. So GP
get in there.
Get into the pits. Get into the pits, GP. You have to now. He knows he has to. GP knows what he's doing. He's a veteran. He's got to get into the pits. Look at the gap. He's got 30 seconds, even under the safety car. He's well clear. GP can win this Grand Prix.
He's got to put on the hards, right?
GP? GP has to put the inters on, yes. Yes, we are expecting heavy rain. There's no way that's not going to come. I think you do it. He has to go on the inters. I don't think it's going to stop. They said heavy rain by the end. I'm surprised. Like, it started raining early, but...
He's got the inters. The pit crew has brought out the inters. No, they haven't. Oh, yeah, they have. Sorry.
Yeah.
Thought I saw the hard.
Oh, and a front wing, too. That's going to hurt, but he does have the gap, I think. Here comes Aero. He has a massive gap. GP's going to get back out in front, I think. Aero hasn't...
It's going to be so close.
Oh, Aero heading into the pits anyways. You know what? He probably burned up his inters anyway. He probably burned up his inters anyway. Imagine. But he probably burned up his inters, so maybe he needs a fresh set. And oh, he's going for...
JX.
Someone's got the softs out there.
On the hards.
It looks like one of the Ferrari crews had softs out. Yeah, fresh set of inters. Good call.
What to make of this situation at the moment.
JX has stayed out on the hards. This could be brilliant for JX even though. If that crossover point doesn't hit under the safety car, JX could scamper away here. But I think GP is in the prime position right now. Like, the guys behind are on much older inter tires. Those are going to start to hurt them in about 5 to 7 laps. Where GP is going to be good to go to the end, I think.
Oh, definitely.
I think Aero pitting to the fresh inters was a brilliant move. He's saving the time now when the field is still spread out.
Yeah, a lot of moves to make, though. And in wet conditions, it's just going to get even trickier.
This has been one hell of a Grand Prix.
Yeah. We might reach the safety car limit here.
I think we will. I'm just going to step away for a moment, but I'm just going to leave the camera on GP since he's got some ground to make up.
Yeah. Well, absolute madness. Is anyone bold enough in the chat to make any prediction about the race winner? Currently, it really looks like GP's primed to potentially win this race. JX, we'll see if he goes into the pits. He's still behind the safety car. Obviously GP's closing, but he might be able to get out in front of... I don't know, he's not going to get out ahead of Arrow. And the next gap behind would be Coxie, is that is? So, nah, JX stays out. Interesting. Guess just not too concerned about how wet it is. So, GP weaving around, warming those tires up. A little bit of swagger. Chicken goes into the pits. So, is he getting a new wing? No, he's serving a penalty. And now getting new tires. So Chicken served maybe 5 seconds? 3 seconds? Not sure. And then, it's a lot of cars now heading into the pits. I'm assuming all for fresh inters, and Arrow now bumped up to 6th. So GP, Lit Romney, and Arrow all have the freshest tires in the top 6 there. CPM and Scavney have stayed out. 6-lap old inters. I honestly have no idea what the tire life is for the intermediate tire. I'd assume you can probably just drag them the final 13 laps, even with 6 laps already on them, but it'll probably be a little dicey. Bold prediction that the safety car will win the race. Honestly, with the way it's going, we might finish this race under safety car, but well deserved by the safety car driver. You know, he's battling the same changing conditions that the rest of the drivers are, and hopefully they'll have enough time to refuel before they need it again. And sounds as though Arbiga is back.
I am back.
So we had a few guys duck into the pits after for fresh inters, promoting Arrow up to 6th, Lit Romney up to 4th, and GP still in 2nd. JX has still stayed out on the hard tire.
Yeah, which I don't blame him, though.
He'll be able to make it to the end if, you know, he's bold enough to try.
It still looks kind of dry. Like, I don't think it's a bad idea.
Yeah, I'm not
given
seeing
that he's
a lot of water cooling or...
No, and I don't see any spray yet, so we don't know if DRS is going to be disabled, because that's generally like the indicator, but we don't know when it's under safety car if it's been disabled or not, right?
Yeah, well, especially too, because then there's those laps after the fact.
Exactly.
So yeah, we've got nothing suggesting there is no DRS, but unless conditions rapidly deteriorate, I think JX is going to pull another massive gap on the restart, similar to what GP was able to accomplish last time. So obviously I don't blame GP for going in. I think it was a smart move. He's put himself on the same tire as the rest of his competitors, so nothing wrong with that decision. But yeah, JX, I think he's got a good shot here. He could potentially win this.
Yeah, I would say that the GP has made the best overall race strategy decision, but W's in sort of a wild card spot right now, where depending on what happens, the 3 or 4 laps after the race start, he could end up
off the racing line. Now it looks a little wet.
Yeah, that's probably the point. As soon as they see standing water, they generally shut that DRS off.
I don't know if I'm just seeing my eyes playing tricks on me, but it does look like there's a bit of water off the racing line, so...
Get on board here.
And it looks like JX was kicking up a little bit of spray when he got off the racing line there.
That's what I was thinking, yeah, because it did look like he drove into a puddle or something, right? Don't see it yet.
I don't either, and it looks like he's weaving just fine, so...
I think it's okay for now.
Safety car is in this lap.
Alright, moment of truth, let's go.
JX is going to need about, 30 seconds
Anybody bunching up here? Hopefully no contact. There's always something on the restart, so... Oh my, what's going on here? Basically stopped.
Gaffney got throttled again. This happened to him last week too. I don't know what issue he keeps having.
He's in like 5th gear, I think. Someone was saying that he's in too high of a gear and he can't get any pace.
So yeah, he's stalled the car again and dropped down to 5th. So
okay, everyone's closing back up though. JX, I don't know, man. JX might have pulled this off. You might be right, but GP, I think overall is the best position to win this race.
So JX
Lit Romney way behind here. I don't know what's going on, but this is not the time to be hanging back.
Has initiated the restart, and it looks like, yeah, he's got a lot more grip, at least out of that final corner.
Yeah. Oh, someone runs wide back there. It's Janet, I think. Oh, JX cuts that corner.
Making a move on Arrow. Perhaps caught him sleeping there on the restart and got that position
comes
back.
Scapney again. He's got by
maybe
GP.
they got told
What
to
happened
let him
here?
through. I don't know what happened to GP actually. He was always ahead, so
something went wrong for GP, but JX might have pulled this off. You're right. It looks like he's got a 3-second gap already. Far more grip than anyone else. He's the only person on the... Actually, Lacuna on the dries, but he's going by pace dogs. Let's see. Is he... Oh, no, he's run wide here. So Lacuna on the dry tires, Mario on the dry tires, but Mario way behind the pack. So, I don't know what happened to Mario. How is he so far behind? Oh, Lacuna has no front wing at all. He's absolutely got none. Well, he won't be a threat. Let's get back to Arrow here. He's pressuring Scapney. It looks like the rain has picked up. Yeah. Oh, virtual safety car. Lacuna out. Figured that was going to happen. No front wing.
Jesus.
Yeah,
so
crazy.
Yeah, the rain has really picked up. There's definitely some spray now.
I was just going to say, that's played into JXW's hands because he was about to lose that gap, I think. He needs to go in the pits right now to save himself as much time as possible. At all, though.
He's going to fall right to the back of the order.
You're right, but if the virtual safety car hangs on a little longer, he might get a sneaky little advantage, but
GP,
I think yeah, there's spray kicking up. That's it. So I have no idea how, but Lit Romney is going to be leading this Grand Prix after JX heads into the pits here, and GP was supposed to be leading, but he's somehow behind. Arrow strike. I don't understand. Yeah, he goes. JXW into the pits. Lit Romney leading this Grand Prix here. Let's go. Lit Romney, and he's got a huge lead already, too. Yeah, Scapney and Arrow scrapping it out here. Arrow trying to get Scapney napping under the restart. He goes late on the brakes here. Arrow strike gets the position, so Lit Romney's time up front going to be short-lived, I reckon. But Arrow strike on the hunt.
Too. Onto the wets.
Oh, my.
So Axton makes the call onto the wets.
It is absolutely downpour right now. This race has been absolutely insane. This is
and JX went on the inters. If he would have made it onto the wets, he probably would have got the best strategy possible.
It is absolutely pissing down here. This is ridiculous. This is one of the craziest races I think I've ever called. Like, I can't believe what is going on here. Look at the cars here bunched up through this sector. No one has any grip anymore. Coxie bobbles it. He loses a bunch of places here. The Ferrari goes down the inside. They touch.
Bennett bottles it. And GP sneaks by him. Oh, no. Is he going to get by? He thinks better of it.
Oh, Ferrari late! Oh, huge late lunge. Pace dogs. I don't understand what he was thinking there.
Too.
That was an awful decision. Absolute carnage. He must have just completely missed his braking zone. There's so much contact back here. It's Eric down the inside now. Touches the inside of Pace Dogs. This is absolutely insane.
And Mario's on the mediums.
No wonder he's so far behind. Yeah, he's got to go on the wets, right? Axton and Wolfsburg on the wets. They might have pulled off the master stroke there.
Yeah. So it looks like.
Let's get back to the front. It's Arrow pressuring Lit Romney. Everyone's got to head in here, I think.
Issue here. It's Eric has lost his entire front wing. Wow, I don't know if I've ever seen it that bad.
Yeah, it's just the nose.
He has nothing.
Yeah. Oh, let Romney and Arrow both stay out. I can't believe they've decided to do that. This is an absolute downpour here. Oh, and Scabney's lost it. This is absolutely crazy.
And Chicken now.
Is anyone going in? They've all stayed out. GP heads in, so he might have made the right call. And Paystog's followed him. Jim Paystog's going to be held up by his teammate.
Oh my goodness.
This is absolute carnage. Ferrari in shambles here. That was actually a quick pit stop for the Ferrari crew. I have to say, they got out of there pretty quick. Bobby almost held up there. So everybody onto the wets now. Smoke. Yeah. Bobby onto the wets, getting a new front wing. There's a whole bunch of cars pitting. It's Eric into the pits as well. These guys that stayed on the inters, I think are going to be in trouble. They look like they have absolutely no grip. Look at the bunch here. Arrow strike. Is he going to find a way through on Lit Romney? This is crazy. Like, these guys are literally just driving to survive this lap right now. There's nothing left.
No kidding.
There's no grip.
I've never seen it rain this hard. I don't think.
This is absolutely crazy. And they're on the inters right now. It's shout out to Arrow for actually, like, pulling this off here. Lit Romney has nearly lost the car in that corner. He's gone so deep. Arrow is all over the back of him. There's
no traction.
Nothing left in the inters. Going.
And Arrow shoots it down the inside. The confidence.
He gets the grip and he gets it done. Lit Romney's lost the place to Arrow. Here comes Jinnit as well. These guys on the inters have to get off these tires, but Jinnit was all over the back of Scavney there. Oh, is there a moment there for Chicken? It looked like he slid through that corner.
So we've got Axton, who's already taken 5 seconds out of
Arrow with a big moment! Lit Romney almost sneaks back through, but Arrow covers him off. It's such a tight part of the circuit, there's really no way to sneak by. These guys have to go into the pits here.
They're skating around.
Arrow stays out!
Arrow stays out, and so does Lit Romney.
I can't believe they've stayed out.
Some of these other guys have to be
Jinnit's going in, that's the right call here. Jinnit in a great spot now.
Chicken goes in as well, and we've got Axton in 7th on the wet.
Oh my goodness, can you imagine?
Late push. From last, a couple very early pit stops, what seemed to be an absolute disaster, and now he's looking... He is flying.
He's on fresh wets too. He's got everyone covered off. Axton's going to win this Grand Prix.
I don't want to make any bold predictions.
Well, like if he doesn't make any mistakes, he's going to win this race. If he doesn't screw this up, he wins this race. Can you imagine the interview if Axton wins this Grand Prix? Oh my god, what an absolutely bonkers race. I cannot believe what we've seen here. Oh, Chicken and CPM side by side here.
Oh my god, the spray is insane.
You can't see anything on board.
What is going on here?
This is
I'm
nuts.
not expecting sunshine by lap 31 with everything that's been happening. We've shown up here in tsunami season, apparently. Yeah. And, wow, out of nowhere. And we've got Coxie actually gaining on Scavney, but Axton has taken over 4 seconds out of Coxie this lap.
Yeah, Axton's
maybe over 5.
Sitting pretty right now.
Arrow might just pray that he's got a big enough gap to hold off Axton. No. And Coxie actually makes it past Scavney. Arrow has no chance of winning this race if he pits. As crazy as it is, his best bet, in my opinion,
he has to pit now, in my opinion. No, I think he has to pit now. Axton's already in his range. If he doesn't pit now, he's in trouble. He stayed out. Who's he going to listen to?
Yeah, I'm telling you, he's going to go for it. It's too late now.
Axton will have the pace to catch him, though.
Axton already got in his pit window. Yeah, but Axton still has to take, what is that? 20 some odd laps and pass 4 cars? Or sorry, not 20 seconds, like 15 seconds and pass 4 cars on track in 7 laps.
Yeah, I don't know the way things are going, though. I can't see how those inters are going to last much longer.
I agree, it's going to be tricky, but feel that's his thought process and what he's trying to do.
Well, look at the gap behind Axton. Even if he loses out to Axton, he's still got 12 seconds to the next car. So he might be in a spot where this is like damage control now, where he might lose out to the guy on the wets that's hounding you, but if you still finish second, it's not that bad. I don't know, it's interesting. Scavney's really struggling, though. Look at Axton. He's absolutely closing.
Yeah.
So much more grip right now. Scavney just can't seem to do anything, and Axton's just biding his time, looking for a way through. It's close here.
He's going to get it right here.
Yeah, there he goes.
Not a typical overtaking spot, but,
but
the
no problem.
difference is insane.
No problem.
Brakes nice and easy, hits the apex.
This is the point. I think Arrow has to... Arrow's in.
Showing.
Is Arrow in? Oh, no, sorry. That's another... It's Wolfsburg, my bad. I saw a Toro Rosso.
I'm loving this charge by Axton right now.
Yeah, this is pure determination.
He's going to get Coxey right here, too.
Coxey has nothing for him. Coxey looks like he just moved over.
Yeah. And Axton now, 12 seconds behind Lit Romney, who's 5.5 seconds behind Arrow. So this is the hunt is on. And we've also got Chicken making a move on Jinnit, who seems to have spun. I'm not sure what happened, but Jinnit was facing the wrong way. So Chicken easily makes his way through. CPM applying a bit of pressure to GP.
You can't see anything following the cars here, through the corners. Look at this. On board with CPM here, you can barely see anything. It's an absolute torrential downpour. You might even see a safety car for the... Actually, I don't know. We're at the limit. We might not see a safety car. You know, when it's torrential downpour, if we've hit the limit, what happens then?
Race through it. Trying to survive.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, this could be carnage by the end if it actually keeps going. Because it looks like you can't see anything. This is probably some of the worst rain I've seen.
Yeah, no, it's up there. 100%. Pace Dog's extremely close to Bobby. Mario has left the session. I wonder if he DNF'd. I missed that on the bottom there. So Mario is out. 5 cars retired. Let's see if Pace Dogs can make the move. Axton is just absolutely flying.
Pace Dogs almost touched the wall there. Did he get away with that?
Yeah, he may have.
He did.
But CPM extremely close to GP, but you just can't send it in the wet like this. There's no way.
The DRS, you don't get the DRS. You need to get the better grip out of the corner.
Exactly.
You have to get a run down a straight with more traction. That's about the only way you're getting by anybody. You can't really do it in the braking. Axton, I think you're right, though. I think Lit Romney and Arrow are going to just stay out. If the rain doesn't get any worse than it is now, they might be able to get to the end on those inserts.
Romney, I mean, Coxey and Scavney are the cars behind Axton. Lit Romney, if he stays out, has got a really good chance at a podium. And we've got CPM right behind GP, but just can't get the traction.
That's a really good point, and the closest cars that are threatening Lit Romney for that podium are Coxey and Scavney, also on inters, so there's really no threat for Lit Romney. He just kind of needs to follow Arrow's lead and stay out.
CPM is having a fantastic battle right now with GP, though.
Yeah, I'm
trying a bit of different lines here. And just really keeping that pressure applied without doing anything crazy, so...
PDC's close to Scavney here, too.
Yeah, true. These guys got a bit of a rivalry going, eh?
Yeah. They kind of joined at the same time, actually.
Yeah, that's maybe why I'm assuming it's a rivalry.
Yeah, here goes Scavney with losing so much grip. Here comes PDC. Wow. Is he going to get a move done here? He's got way more traction. Around the outside.
He so much later.
It runs a bit deep, but I think he's going to get away with that.
Off track, yeah, but
same thing earlier with Arrow, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the one with Arrow, at least, you can argue that there was a bit of a push.
Maybe. I don't think there was that close of a push, though.
No, but I mean, like, you know, you can extend wide to maybe avoid some contact. It seemed PDC just kind of missed his braking zone.
True, yeah, because there was no chance of contact really there.
Yeah. Axton, though, now within a second of Lit Romney, and if he can get this done, he might get it done after the hairpin. He is flying. He'll get a much better exit here just because of the tire life.
Oh, Lit Romney hits the
Hits the
wall! And
wall.
Axton is going to get through here. He
I
has to
think it was
avoid,
just
but...
his back tire, but so hopefully the Romney's still okay.
His front wing looks okay. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Third.
That back tire.
Because really,
honestly,
Coxey is the closest runner. PDC has got by Scavney, though. So PDC
now
making a charge for the podium now.
we have the real rivalry we want to see at the front here. Top two championship guys. We know how much we enjoy their podium interviews, and I can only imagine how great it will be if Axton can get the move done here. 11 seconds in 4 laps. It is going to be a tall order.
Well, it's like almost 5 laps, so there's still a lot of time for them. But Axton is going to be, yeah, he's flying. Lit Romneo, I think, is poised for a podium finish here. His closest rival is Coxey, although PDC is catching Coxey fast. And CPM applying the pressure still to GP.
Behind him.
Yeah, PDC all over the back of him here. So if Coxey can slow down PDC a little bit, that could give Lit Romney a chance to hang on to third. I don't know. It's the similar situation with Axton and PDC here. But I would put my money on Axton to catch Arrow over PDC catching Lit. I don't know. It's a tough bet. But
PDC's going to have a chance if he can just keep the car under control here.
So much more grip.
Going around the outside here, this is going to be intense. He's going to be able to brake much later.
Early touch! Coxey gets pushed a little wide.
Yeah, it looks like he turned in a little early there, Coxey. So,
yeah, I'm not sure if it was if it was PDC drifting deep or Coxey turning in early. I couldn't tell from my angle.
But he does get the move done, and yeah, it's just going to be another. Is there enough laps left? 12 seconds out.
Does Lit Romney have penalties, though?
Yeah, I'm sure they all do. I'm pretty sure Axton had a few at the start, to be honest, so it might not even just be a straight 9 seconds he needs to gap, but
it looks like the rain is
surprise at the end.
Not as heavy anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say that the guys on the Inters actually might be in okay shape here to the end of the Grand Prix. Now that the rain, they've kind of weathered, you know, to be quite literal, they've weathered the storm, and the rain has let up, and now the Inters and the wets will start to clear the water quite quickly off the line, and these guys on the Inter tires actually might start to come back in the next lap or two.
Yeah, we'll get a good opportunity to watch kind of that changeover. Yeah, I mean, Axton took about 3 seconds out of Arrow that last lap, but Arrow actually, it looks like the changeover may have happened again.
I think Arrow's gaining on Axton. Or at least he's holding the gap at the moment.
Yeah.
It's not really changing if you look at that interval there. And Lit Romney's gap sort of sitting steady with PDC's as well. I think they're on even terms right now.
Is catching PDC now, so I think we just witnessed the literal crossover point.
This is absolutely insane. I cannot believe this.
So here comes UK Coxey back at Spears. Does Lit Romney have enough to catch Axton again? Like, how drastic is this going to be?
I don't know, because the Inters seem to be working much better all of a sudden for everyone.
Out of nowhere.
It's Eric is making up ground now, too. He's just past Scavney.
We get some sunshine by the end of the race.
Scavney pit, but yeah, you're right. Quote-unquote sunshine.
Some moonshine.
Here comes Chicken on CPM. They're very close. No, Chicken backs out of that. Good call. CPM runs very deep, though. This is going to give Chicken a chance. Chicken has to back out again. Though he goes for a switchback. It's a very tricky place to get an overtake done. Chicken a little sloppy on the curb there. It's going to hurt him, but if he gets a good run out of this corner, he could pass, and I think he's going to. CPM looking like he's struggling for traction here into the braking zones.
Coxey is right behind PDC.
It looks like the rain's
picked up a little racy. Oh, not a good place to make a move, and he forces his way through. I don't know if PDC picked up any damage there, but yeah, Coxey a little overzealous and just forced his way in.
PDC with a bobble behind.
Axton is pit. onto the inter tire. So Lit Romney
Unbelievable.
back in a second. He must
Why
see he's
has
got
he
the
done?
gap to Coxie, but I don't. He doesn't though.
Why on earth has he pit to the inter tire?
Yeah,
He's
he
put
could have
himself off the podium.
down in 5th.
I mean, PDC looks like he has absolutely no grip, so maybe there's something to it, but
Very importantly, he gets out ahead of Jinnit, so he can go attack PDC. Um, but he's not going to pull 13 seconds or whatever he needed off of
no,
Coxie.
not a chance.
Maybe he got wing damage that we missed.
Yeah.
Hard to say, really, but I think even still, you ride it out for 2 laps.
He's already almost
is
through
going
here, though.
for it.
Oh, they touch!
They locked a
Almost
bit.
into the wall, but it looks like Axon gets through, though.
Yeah.
He got away with that. That was very close to being a bad incident, though. JX is out. He retired. Did he crash?
We did
looks
have
like-
some predictions for the safety
Oh, no, he
car to win
retired.
this race.
Sorry. He retired in the pit lane.
Pit lane?
CPM,
Ah.
yeah. CPM is all over the back of Chicken here.
So Chicken must have found a way through then.
Yeah, Chicken. Actually,
CPM
you're right,
was
Chicken
fighting
was pressure.
GP Colin.
They're way behind GP now.
Yeah.
So maybe a moment
So-
for CPM. Jinnit all over the back of PDC here. It looks like Axon gaining on Coxie, but no, I don't think he's going to get enough here to get back on the podium, unless Coxie has a ton of penalties.
6
looks
seconds? Yeah, that's...
Liv Romney is poised for a second place finish. I cannot wait to get him in the booth for a podium interview. If he
Yeah.
can just round this out. If he finishes second place, that would be monstrous for him. He's driven really well today, I'll give him that, and he deserves a second place if he pulls this off.
Yeah. So we've got Jinnit right behind PDC. Oh, who has a moment? Jinnit, fantastic reflexes there to avoid PDC. Oh, and a bit of wheel to wheel.
Ooh, looks like PDC pushed Jinnit a little deep there. And sweeps across the front of Jinnit there. So Jinnit going to have to look for it down the next straight. He's not going to have DRS because of the rain, obviously, but this is going to be his best place. If he gets... he just
He
bobbles the exit
compromised
there.
his exit. Yeah, he
Yeah.
got too close on the entry.
Yeah. And Jinnit's just going to tuck in here. I think if he's just patient, he'll get by regardless, so he needs to just be smart here.
So Axton
Looks like
definitely
PDC
too
struggling.
far behind. Not many other close battles. Chicken's dropped down to 11th. Not sure what happened. Oh, and he hits the wall there and loses his entry. You can see it looking around.
Comes
the
Jinnit.
track
Is he
there.
going to peek? No, he thinks better of it. He tucks in again. He just keeps
His
getting
best
so close
chance-
that he has to lift.
Yeah, will be through the hairpin here. You should give him a little bit of space.
And get a good exit, yeah.
Break early. Yeah, and
Right,
really
now swing
maximize
it
that
in.
exit speed.
There we go, Jinnit.
He
Good,
almost-
good. I think he can get this done. It's a good exit. He's got more
Yeah,
pace.
he did.
Oh, Scavney kind of moves. I don't know. That was tight.
PDC.
Scavney covered him off, but... Or, yeah, sorry, PDC.
Yeah. Oh, Jinnit.
Oh, they touch.
Yeah, and he picks
And
up
he gets a
5.
penalty for
Yeah.
that, too. For running wide. Really? Gets a 5-second penalty for that?
Yeah.
Oh, and he makes contact. He
bumps
almost
him a
spins
bit.
PDC here. We're on to the final lap with the front runners. Oh, Jinnit nearly lost the car. Now GP is going to have a shot at Jinnit here. Jinnit just looking for some grip at the moment. So Jinnit with a chance to pass PDC suddenly now under threat. Yeah, she
He's
looks
got
like he's...
Axton only 3.5 seconds behind.
Yeah, I think on penalties
It's
he
not
has a
gonna be enough,
chance
though.
here.
It's so hard to
He's
overtake.
really closing here. He's taking tenths at a time out of him.
Yeah, every corner. Oh, and Lit Romney, tell me his internet dropped.
Did he just leave the session?
Yeah, his ghost is still going.
I
No
think he's
way.
safe, though. I think he's safe. Coxie's not going to catch him.
I don't know. We've got Axton really closing on Coxie too. I'll have to see the ghost of Lit Romney.
You might get back in time to finish it though.
He's
hopefully he doesn't have too many
might have
penalties.
enough.
This would be such a disaster if he gets bumped off.
Oh no!
I'd be so heartbroken.
Arrow, we missed it. He does come across the line to win this race.
Here comes Lit Romney's ghost. I think he's safe.
I think he's
safe. As long
safe
as he doesn't
too.
have too many penalties. There's those fireworks going off in the background. Axton's so close to Coxie here. He's not going to get a chance to get this move done, but he might get him on the penalties depending on what's each
Ghost
driver
of
has.
Lit Romney. There's the fireworks. They were waiting for Lit Romney.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
there
Coxie
he
with a
does
huge
it.
moment. Here comes Axton. He's so close.
The line. Oh, it's so. He
got
I
him
think
on
it
the
was
penalties though, but it was only a 10th anyways.
Yeah.
That was insane. What a crazy finish. So Arrow wins.
we've
Lit
got
Romney
Eric
finishes second. Axton snags the
dogs.
podium.
On the inters, really pressuring Pace Dogs at the end here.
Pace Dogs just struggling for grip. It's Eric into the wall a little bit there. That's going to hurt him, but can he get it done on the exit? No, he just drifts behind, I think.
Yeah.
Too far.
And he
Yeah, he goes a
runs
little
deep.
wide. Yeah.
The ghost of Lit Romney.
I can't believe it.
Second place.
I can't believe it. This is madness. What an insane Grand Prix. Let's review the order quickly here. We got Arrow winning, Lit Romney second, Axton in third, Coxie in fourth, PDC finishes fifth, GP sixth, Pace Dog seventh, CPM is eighth, It's Eric is in ninth, Bobby's 10th, Chicken is 11th, Jinnit, we're not too sure actually. Oh, Jinnit runs very deep in the final turn here. Oh, Chicken into the barrier,
Chicken!
but he finishes anyway. There we go. Excellent finish, boys. Great stuff. Lit Romney has joined. He made it back to watch himself on the podium. Excellent. I can't wait to get these guys in.
Get Romney in the party here.
Yeah. Hopefully everyone will be able to hear him. That was wild. Yeah, I know. I didn't say anything really, but yeah, we're good now.
Because I was swearing and shit.
Who cares? It's our fucking league. We can do what we want.
We can swear all the fuck we want. Lit Romney, get in here. Where is he?
Where was I on the order there? Jinnit, 12th, Wolfsburg 13th, Scabney 14th, JX 15th, Mario 16th, Lacuna 17th, Terminal Deity 18th, Skoy Logo 19th, and Bark School 20th. Lit Romney! Woo!
Bro.
Dude, second place. That is fucking bananas. I cannot believe
I can't believe it.
Yeah,
Honestly.
that is madness. 14th to second driver of the day. I don't know. Axton 20th to third, though, maybe. That's fucking driver of the day. Who knows?
That's insane, yeah.
Whew.
You switched again from
Stops,
inters to
Axton.
wets back to inters, right?
Yeah.
This
It's insane.
stop strategy. I'm just realizing that
I saw
now.
that right at the end there, yeah.
We'll wait for. Should we wait for Arrow before we really get underway?
Yeah, we'll wait for Arrow to really get things going. But I just wanted to give a shout out to Lit Romney because that's hype.
Congrats, Lit. That was good, man.
Crazy. What a crazy race. That was the craziest qualifying and race combination I think I've seen all year.
That was probably one of the worst races I've ever participated in.
It was
If I'm being honest.
Well, it wasn't
was
pretty, but
terrible.
it was entertaining.
Yeah, I
It wasn't
agree with
pretty.
that. We had talked about this. Oh, bye, Lit.
There goes Lit Romney.
We talked about this Brazil race we had in the past where it rained, but it rained for like 20 laps, but it was never enough to cause a caution.
Right.
Or, excuse me, a switch of tires and DRS disabled. And so we had that for what? Seemed like 10 laps.
More, I think.
Ugh. It was terrible.
It reminded me of the China race that I won because like everyone was like, okay, we got to get off these fucking hards, and then
Yeah.
I was just sitting there, and Puff went in and came out, and he was like, these are the wrong tires, and I was like, all right, well, I'm not in then.
Yeah.
You
But,
pulled the last one on me.
Huh? I didn't do anything. You claim that I tricked you or baited you into pitting or something, but it wasn't really.
We won't get into it. This is about T2.
It is about T2. We'll argue about this on
You gotta
the
get
air some
lit
other
back
time.
in here.
Yeah,
He did.
so I
He
was
joined
just
back,
like,
I think. I saw him
Yeah,
come
there
back.
he is. Yeah, here
I'm
he
back
is.
now, guys. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, my internet's been rough, so I was freaking out that last lap.
Puff, I don't know if you want to lead the interviews if you feel like it. You can ask Arrow the first question because I don't really know what to ask him.
I honestly can't remember everything that happened. It felt like everything happened. You never went to the wets though, Arrow. You held out. Originally, I think I was assuming your strategy was just you pulled out enough of a gap, you could hang on to the end of the race. Were you expecting the rain to let up, or what would you?
I think even if it went to torrential rain the whole time, I never would have hit.
Okay, that's what I was thinking too.
But
Go ahead.
Unless it was 15 laps left, then yeah, maybe. But anything under that, I feel like I had enough of a gap to be able to cover anything off, even if Axton somehow caught up to me before the rain started dying. And then also when everyone was pitting for wets, I think 4 or 5 laps after that, Jeff told me that the rain was slowly going to be dissipating. So, yep, all right, committed regardless.
Were you nervous at all when you saw Axton in second?
No.
Quit lying. I heard him. He was over there saying, oh man, I don't know what to do. I could hear him sweating through his mic.
Sure.
Because I think he got it to around 8.5, 9 seconds ish, and then it kind of just switched back. So I think 4 or 5 laps left at that point. No nerves though, eh? You just knew.
I knew. I thought actually the first safety car. I thought when that went in, and everyone was it the first one or the second one? When everyone pit for inners, except for 5 people.
Yeah.
I thought GP was gonna win.
Yeah.
Until the next
that's
safety
what
car
we
came
thought.
out, and then
That's what we
yeah,
thought.
he's not
on
winning.
board the GP train for a bit there. The rain started instantly. I think Chicken was the first one. He jumped in, and then yeah, for a good 5 or 6 laps after that, it just wasn't enough. And then yeah, out of nowhere, just really started pissing down.
Yeah. Wild
that was
race
nuts.
it's been the last 2 races here in the better league, you know.
I don't want to
the
talk
cheap
about
shot back.
Monday's race. Mine was heartbreaking. I don't want to relive that.
Romney again.
And right when we were about to get to him, I don't know if you want to fire him another invite.
Well, before he gets back,
No.
he ran a really good race. Romney
Yeah.
did.
You gotta get down.
Um,
I'm not ready.
I think
Get down.
he was one of the ones who stayed out on the dry tires when you were talking about that
Yeah.
that second safety car.
I
And
think-
then he stayed
think,
out again,
oh.
didn't he?
Yeah, he stayed
No.
out when everyone went for wets, and then when I
Yeah.
passed him, more people were coming in. But I think because I stayed out, he also stayed out, which I think
Yeah,
was the
I don't
better
know.
strategy.
I don't know if he was just kind of following your lead there and assumed Arrow probably knows best, or if he just didn't want to dive in. But yeah, the two of you
Regardless,
kept-
though,
it worked.
he made the right choices.
Yeah, no, all race. And there was a point where,
We'll go to Axon, I guess, for the moment until Lit can come back. He did message me saying he'll be back in a sec. But
Oh, there he is.
literally.
Sorry, guys.
Literally
I'm
a
Back in order.
I told you. He said he'd be back in a second.
Yeah, what's up, guys? Sorry about that. My internet was just freaking out, so.
like
all
the
good,
last
man.
3 times.
You
know.
crossed the line as a ghost, so
Yeah.
first talk us through that. Were you like
Dude,
panicking or
bro,
what
no,
happened?
so my internet just like died right there. And so that was like my biggest fear, I think, throughout like the last 8 laps was like, please just don't let me down. Don't let me down. But like I knew I had a pretty comfortable gap between, at the time, Coxie. And so I was just like, if it happens, I think I'll be all right. Sure enough, it was exactly what I feared the most. But I'm happy to be here, guys. This is this is awesome. That was a great race.
Yeah,
No, it was fantastic. We were just talking when you had left the party about all your strategy choices. Why don't you walk us through some of those? You never pit for the wets.
Not this time.
Were you just kind of following Arrow's lead, or were you
After
thinking
last week, yeah.
I was actually I was definitely paying attention to what Arrow was doing. I think about halfway. I don't remember when I was like kind of up in the front, but I just knew like stick to the line, like no silly mistakes, no nothing. And when I realized I'm like, I think I have a shot, was when GP spun out, and at that point I was just like watching everyone's tires choices. And when Axton put the wets on, I started sweating pretty bad. I was like, oh god. And I had like every intention of just letting him go by. I'm like, I can sit in third pretty nicely. But yeah, so really I was just kind of basing my decision on tires. Just by feel of the car, really.
Yeah.
That's basically it.
It got a little hairy there for a second. Obviously the wets were the superior tire for
for like a good chunk.
6 laps or something there towards the end. But no, you managed to gap well. You're also one of the guys who stayed out on the dry tires when it was sprinkling a bit.
I think that definitely helps.
And that was another fantastic strategy call. So you nailed it all race, and congrats, man.
Thank you.
Second place. It's a hell of a result, and yeah, your ghost brought it home for you.
Monstrous result.
Thank you.
No.
Thank you, guys.
That'll jump you up the standings a bit, I think. So yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm stoked about that.
All right, Axton, third place. Why did you pit at the end? What were you thinking? I think
you know
would've had
what?
Second.
Yeah, now it's hindsight's always 20/20. Jeff had been talking about it slowing down for probably the final 8 laps. He was like, "Hey, it's gonna stop raining." So I was ready to jump in at any point, but as soon as I saw the times change, I was concerned that it was gonna get real dry, real quick.
Yeah.
Like in qualifying. It dried up in a half a lap, it seemed like. So I had a fear that I was going to get caught out on the way shittier tire. I thought I had a big enough gap that I would have come out in front of Coxie, but I didn't, right? So coming out 3 seconds behind him, and Lit had built that gap. So and it did. It was pretty quick, that change. It wasn't, hey, we're the same speed. It was like, wets are good. Oh, just kidding. Now it's inners. So it flopped real quick, and then just a shit show of a race, to be honest. I don't know if I was in the wrong, but I'll apologize to Terminal. I know he was up there racing with Ginnett. Ginnett kind of lost it. I had a hell of a run, so I went to the outside, and then it just pit maneuvered him. So I want to give an apology to him, which is pretty rare. So, but hey, I can't complain. Last to third. So.
And a hell of a photo finish there too, between Coxie. He kind of bottled it a bit out of the last corner, and I think he had him on penalties regardless. But
I knew I didn't have to get around him, but it would have felt a lot better if I would have gotten that position without the time penalty, right? Everybody always enjoys a podium a little bit more when you don't get it out of penalties. So congrats to him as well, man. There are some people who are having great races. Crazy weather, you know, you had to make some critical decisions on tires and when you're going to pit. I had to do it 6 times. It was great.
Pit stops, yeah. Almost forgot about that again.
Yeah, I'm glad Soy pit because they actually had to take some of his wings and allot them to my car. So,
You mean retired?
do what?
You mean
retired? Excuse me. I'm sorry. Yeah, they actually took his off his car and gave it to me because mine were so bad. And then, but yeah, so yeah, it was wild. I'm glad it's over. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, it was. I'm not sure how it would have been to drive. I obviously driving under the safety car is always kind of dull. Ruins the flow of a race. But as Big was saying, from the commentary booth, it was quite spectacle.
Yeah, I'm sure.
There were probably at various points 5-6 different people we thought could win this race potentially. Another like 5 or 6 who could have been on the podium. So. Unpredictable, just like last week as well. You guys seem to get all the rain we've missed in T1. I don't think we've had a wet qualifying even. So, yeah.
Yeah, we've had a couple of those.
Yeah, send them our way. I'd like
Oh.
Please.
one. Yeah,
Take
we'll
them.
Yeah, it makes it more interesting. I like
yeah,
it.
I'm hoping for it.
I
So
like it.
I don't know if Bigo wants any final questions, anything I missed, but I'll send it over to him. And he's not.
He's asleep.
Yeah.
He actually fell asleep because our
I'm
interviews
good.
were so
I
boring.
forgot I muted myself.
Oh, hello.
But no, I'm good. I don't really have any questions. I think you nailed the interviews there. I think everybody kind of got out what they needed to say, and we kind of know what we needed to know. But yeah, I gotta say it was one of the craziest races I've ever commentated. Like, it was just batshit crazy from the commentary booth. Qualifying was already like really. I was like, well, this is one of the best qualifying sessions of the season. And then the race happened, and it was like, okay, this is a good night. So picked a good night to be in the commentary booth for sure.
For qualifying though, that's not the first time that it started wet and then ended dry for us.
No, there's been a lot of... You guys have had a lot of really interesting weather this season, whereas Tier 1's been pretty much like bone dry almost all year. Like, I don't think we've had a little bit of rain. I think one race and that's it. But it's been
Always makes
crazy.
things interesting for sure.
Yeah, but that was a hell of a race, and congrats to the top 3. Obviously, usual suspects Arrow and Axton, but congrats to Lit Romney for popping into the podium as well.
Well deserved.
That's a
Yeah,
Thank you
this
guys.
has gotta
Appreciate
be-
it.
I've lost count of how many different faces we've had on the podium this year in Tier 2, but it's fantastic. There's got to be like 8 or 9, I think, different guys on the podium. So
Yeah.
I thought it was like
is that the
40,
crowd
yeah.
going wild in the back there?
Yeah.
Sure is.
So
All right.
yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, we'll wrap it up. That's the end of the broadcast. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We will be back.
Where are we next week?
Join us next week
USA.
in USA.
USA.
Where
USA.
that would have been a perfect
But,
time to queue up Bruce Springsteen.
Ah, man.
Should have thrown it on the soundboard, man.
Well, you know what's happening next week on the broadcast then.
Yeah, right.
Better start with Bruce Springsteen.
You have to
well.
post up a camera and wear a Canadian tuxedo. Even though I don't know if it's Bruce Springsteen and Canadian, that doesn't make sense. But your jean jacket
I don't
and
think I
pants.
even own a jean jacket. I don't know if that's like illegal as a Canadian, but I don't own a jean jacket.
I think that is. You
Yeah.
have to get one now.
Well,
Order
Yeah,
it.
I guess.
I agree. I'm sure I've got one.
We'll
kicking
start a
around somewhere.
GoFundMe and
You
get
probably
you a
got one in,
fucking
like-
jean jacket.
Your attic or storage or something. All of a sudden, you're like, I don't ever remember buying a jean jacket, and there it is.
I rent a floor of a house. I don't know.
And then he sees his senior pictures where he was wearing that and he's posing. He's like, "Oh shit, I
Senior
blocked this
pictures.
out."
There's probably like there's not that many pictures of me that other people have taken. I'll say that.
Just
But
the
yeah.
nudes that you send out to the ladies.
Yeah, those are few and far between as well. So, anyways,
This
the
is
point of what I
deviated
was
off
trying to do
course.
here, yeah, I'm trying to end the broadcast here and let people know what's going on this weekend. So Saturday there's going to be another full Grand Prix. I won't be here to broadcast it. So hopefully we can find someone else to do that for you. But regardless, there will be a race for you guys. And then Sunday, obviously, the EU tier goes at 5 p.m. Eastern. That's 10 p.m. in the UK. And they will be racing at Singapore as well. And then next week we will move on to USA, and we will play Bruce Springsteen before every single race on the broadcast, and that will be mandatory, or the commentators will be fired.
Hell yeah.
Fact. But anyways, thanks for tuning in, everybody. We will catch you next time.
Thanks.